faith is a very half understood word. So, because when we talk of faith, we have interpreted it in the past as just giving away your responsibility to somebody and thinking that they will handle it. So that is the kind of there is this couple, and they were fighting, and then there was this husband who said, I had so much faith in you and now you want a divorce. And the wife said, instead of having so much faith, if you could divide the faith between faith and work, it would have been better. So if you just worked a little more, just picked up your clothes or your used utensils, or you just helped me a little more, it would have worked. I did not want so much of faith from you. So that was a very interesting thing to watch. And you see that sometimes, in the name of faith, you kind of, you're being an escapist, and you think that, I will say that I have faith in God, and then God will do the needful and I will just please my senses. So that's not faith. So Baba explains to us that faith is the most important subject in this Brahmin life. And why is it the most important? Because faith is the foundation. So you understand the importance of foundation, and if you don't have a foundation, then the whole building collapses. So if there is no good foundation or a strong foundation, sturdy foundation, then the whole structure can collapse. So similarly is faith. So faith is like the foundation of Brahmin life. And Baba has told us that there are 4 kinds of faith we need to have. So faith in the self, faith in Baba, faith in the drama, and faith in the family. So when Baba talks about faith, so today we will talk about only faith in Baba. But the thing is, the question of faith arises when something is not very visible to the naked eye. So when so you have faith that you have faith that whatever science tells you is true. Yes, how do you know that? So how do you know that whatever science is telling you is true? Because you thought, you hypothesized that maybe this is true, and then you experimented with it, and then you experienced it. Yes, so faith is like that. So Baba says that you must have faith in me. And how do we develop faith in Baba? So when we come to Baba, so we kind of say that, okay, let me suppose this is Baba, and then we experiment with whatever Baba says, and we experience that yes, this is Baba, and we have faith. Yes. And then there is another aspect of faith, like there is something in the soul which tells you that this is Baba. So faith is a very intuitive thing. So the soul knows this is God, and so it's very difficult to explain to anybody how you know this is God, but you kind of know this is God, and that is also a very important aspect of faith. So, and when you're pure, you have this very good intuition, and that's why when souls who have not been very corrupted in this birth, they come to Baba and they kind of realize that this is Baba. So there is this deep knowing inside the soul, because the soul is basically knowledgeful. So knowledge is also part of one of the original elements of the soul. So the soul knows this is God, and this is how you develop faith in Baba. Now Baba says that when you have faith, then what do? So when you have faith, you study well. So when you have faith, this is Baba, and Baba is my supreme parent, my supreme teacher, my Satguru. Then if you have faith, this is my supreme father, then what do? You obey him, right? So if somebody is not obedient and they say that I have faith, this is God, then how do you correlate the two? So you're saying you have faith that this is the supreme father, and then you don't listen to him, then how do you have, what makes you say that you have faith that this is the supreme father? Or when you say this is Baba and this is the supreme teacher, then you must pay attention to study. So if you give a lot of importance to the Murli and you never miss the Murli, and you study regularly, and you study with a lot of attention and pay attention to imbibing the points of the Murli, then that shows that you have faith. So faith in Baba is about behaving like you would if you had complete faith. So if you know that this is the Satguru, then you would take his blessings and imbibe it. And even if have you come across a situation where a great soul has given you a blessing? So somebody who is in the world, somebody who is renowned as a guru, or somebody who is renowned as a great soul, he has given you a blessing, he has told you something, or she has told you something. Or even in the yajna, if a senior brother or sister or dadi or somebody in a senior position, when they tell you something from their mouth, so you take it very seriously, you understand that this is a blessing and you take it. But what about the blessings that Baba gives us every day? Do we give that much importance to those blessings, that Baba has blessed me like this, so this has to be true? So blessings, the power of his teaching, the power of his blessing, the power of his directions, you will receive if you have complete faith. So the sign of faith, so when you say that this is Baba and this is the Supreme Father, Teacher, Satguru himself, who has come and is teaching us through Brahma Baba, so then you pay a lot of attention to teachings, and that is an aspect of faith. So now you have to think about whether you have faith or not. Yes, so do you have faith in Baba? Because sometimes you say, so there was this session and I was asking, they were all Brahmin children sitting, and I asked, who amongst you have complete faith in Baba? And a lot of them raised hands. And then there was this one Mata who had not been to class for a week earlier. So 7 days she had missed the class. And then I asked her, you have faith in Baba and you were absent for 7 days and Baba was teaching? So she said, no, I was actually busy with the children, so they had something to attend to, so that's why I was busy with them. So I said, then you don't have faith. So if you know this is God and that's just a human, then you wouldn't miss God's Murli for attending to a human, right? So you will prioritize Baba's teachings, and you will not only just listen to the Murli regularly or with attention, but you will imbibe every teaching because you understand that Baba has come to change me from a human to a deity, and it is this teaching that is going to change me from a human to a deity. So when you have complete faith, then you pay very good attention to imbibing each of Baba's teachings. And Baba says that those who have complete faith that God has come and He is teaching us, or the Supreme Teacher is teaching us, and they pay that much attention to study, they will become a king. So, because Baba says everything in the Murli, and you want to be a good Brahmin, you want to be a Brahmin who needs to transition from a Brahmin to an angel to a deity, then all you have to do to transition from a Shudra to a Brahmin to an angel to a deity is just keep imbibing the Murli. And there is this one sister, and she pays very good attention to the Murli, and I have never felt the need to tell her something, to just tell her directly something to make her understand, because when Baba says, she hears it, and when Baba says and she hears it, she knows what she's doing and what she's not doing. And if she's not doing something, she makes effort for it, and if she's doing something, she does it. And she also knows how to do it with humility and with love for Baba and with egolessness. So she knows exactly what she is doing and what she is not doing. Why? Because she listens to the Murli as Baba's Murli. And if you pay attention to Baba's Murli, then you definitely understand that this is what Baba wants, and this is what is the right thing to do, and this is what I am not doing, and that Murli will guide you to becoming a deity. So if you pay very good attention to Murli and you imbibe the Murli, then I don't think anybody can stop you from being a king, because Baba gives every direction in the Murli. And Baba says, those who don't pay a lot of attention to study, those who don't pay a lot of attention to my Murli, they will, and even if there are children who have taken the course and they become Sahiyogis also. It's not like they don't support the Yajna, they support the Yajna with body, mind and wealth. And Baba says they remain pure also, but still they will only become wealthy, sahukars. What is sahukar called in English? I don't know. So they will become sahukars, but wealthy subjects, but they will not become the king. So Baba says that it is this study, exactly what is Baba speaking in the Murli and what is Baba trying to tell me. And I have seen that there are children who claim that they have been Brahmins for 30 years, for 25 years, for 20 years, but they don't understand anything, and they have no clarity about anything about what Baba says, because they are not studying properly. And the Murli that Baba is speaking, they are not paying attention to listening to it properly or regularly, or they are not paying attention to imbibing it. So that's the difference between becoming a king and becoming a wealthy subject. So this is something that this is something that Baba says about faith. Now, when you have faith in Baba, you study and you imbibe, and you obey Baba and you take his blessings seriously. That's faith. And then Baba today says there is another aspect about faith. And in Hindi it is called Nishchay and Nasha. So Nishchay and Nasha are connected. And when you have faith, you have constant zeal and enthusiasm. Your spirit is never broken. When you have faith that the Almighty is with me, and the saying goes like this, that Nishchay Buddhi Vijayanti. So those who have full faith will always be victorious. That's the saying in Bhakti also. So Baba says that those who have full faith will definitely be victorious. So those who have full faith and those who are practically living by that faith, and those who are never giving up on their on imbibing Baba's knowledge accurately, those children who have true faith and those who are practically living by that faith, they will have this deep conviction that I will be victorious. And even if there are 1,000 hurdles in the way, those hurdles will not break your spirit, because they will not put you into doubt that maybe I will not be victorious. So when do you lose your zeal and enthusiasm? When you think that maybe this is not going to happen. So that's when you lose your zeal and enthusiasm. But Baba says when Baba's children have complete faith, then whatever task they put their mind to, whatever task they take up, they know that they have to be victorious in this. It could be a very, very huge project. It could be anything that you're doing on Srimad. And Baba says, those children who have complete faith will know that they will be victorious. And do you think that if you take up a task, it can ever be so that no hurdles will come and you take it up and you finish it in the next moment? That's not going to happen. So, whenever you do something, there will be so many things that will come in your way. But when you have faith in Baba, then you will have faith that I will be victorious. And even if 1,000 hurdles come, you do not let your spirit drop. You do not let go of your zeal and enthusiasm, and you keep making your continuous effort, and with that zeal and enthusiasm, and then you see victory. And I personally believe that only those people have not seen victory in life who have given up too soon. And it is very difficult to define how soon is too soon. So if you give up, you never see victory. But if you persevere, you will see victory. And the only thing that can make you persevere is this deep, unflinching faith that, Baba is there with me and victory is certain for me. And if you keep persevering, you will be victorious. But you have to see that, whatever task you are giving your time and energy to is based on Srimad. So when that task is based on Srimad, then you put your, and when a Brahmin is invested in a task based on Srimad, then it is as good as Baba's task. So Baba makes sure that you will be victorious. So, but you have to have that faith and not lose your zeal and enthusiasm. And I remember, in my personal life, there there is something that I feel deeply, and I would like to share that. And there is this one time when we were doing something, and there was this task, and then every time we started to do it, lots of obstacles would come, and then everything would like collapse. So so you build something and it collapses, and there are so many things happening, and it's all going, it looks like it's going wrong. And then I was talking to one sister, and I told her, I don't know what's happening, but everything that seems to like just going on collapsing, and every time we start it, it just happens, looks like it's going bad or it's getting spoiled. So she told me, the beauty of this world of five elements is there is nothing which cannot be corrected. So even if even if everything goes to dust, you can still correct it and make it, again, mend it. But if you lose your spirit, it can't be mended, and it becomes the reason why everything collapses. So, and that thing, I was very new in Gyan at that time, and then I just imbibed that, because of course it came from Baba. It came from Baba's instrument, means it came from Baba. And then every time, there is some physical hurdle and there is some physical loss, I always keep this in mind, that there is nothing in this world, in this physical world of matter, which cannot be reformed. So, if something is broken or there's a loss or whatever, you can just mend it and you can again set out to do your work. But don't lose your spirit, because if that is lost, then you lose a lot. And then if you keep your spirits up, then you see the day, you see the victory also. And that has been my personal experience. But you have to persevere, and perseverance is a quality, it's a Ishwariya quality, it's a gun that we get from God. So of course, without faith in Baba, you cannot have perseverance, because every virtue is a blessing from Baba. So when you have faith in Baba, you're full of virtues, and perseverance is also a virtue. So you have perseverance when you have faith in Baba. And then Baba today also says that it's not just about a task, but even when it comes to reforming your own sanskars. So, there is something, some sanskar of you which you want to change, but then it doesn't change very easily. Maybe, you want to get up at Amrit Vela, or you want to change your sanskar of overthinking or criticism or whatever. So you want to change that, but it's not changing. Then don't lose your zeal and enthusiasm, because Baba says, I'm with you, and where there is me, there is victory. So where there is God, there is victory. And because you're doing it on my Shrimat, you will be victorious. So don't get hopeless, don't give up on your effort. So this is all about faith. And then Baba talks about lies. And Baba says that this is a world of lies, and you've been told all lies, and lies take you to darkness, and truth takes you to light. And I'm called the, I'm the light, I am the truth, and I have come to pull you from the darkness to light. And we have been hearing these lies, and because we hear so much of lies in the world, and there are two kinds of lies that Baba talks about today. A, the lies about, when we read the scriptures or we listen to science or we listen to the world in general, then we get an idea about something which is not true. Yes, so the world will tell you that the soul is nirlep. So the soul doesn't accumulate any account of karma. But Baba says no, the soul is the one which carries sanskar. So these kind of lies we have heard, so that which are very far away from the truth. And then Baba today says that I tell you the truth about, so then in the world people say I am Brahma and I am Shiv, Brahmoham and Shivoham. So they say that I am Brahma and I am Shiv. But Baba says no, Brahma is your home and Shiva is your father, and you are a soul, and you have to remember Baba and go home. So all these things are very distorted. And the thing about lies is they distort the system. So when you hold a lie in your intellect, then your intellect starts working according to it, and then your attitude and karma based on that distort the system. So that's why in order to correct the system, it is very important that all the lies are driven out and the truth is again filled in. So Baba tells us the truth about everything, and the first thing that Baba tells us is that you were not a monkey, you were a deity. And you think about what kind of lies we've been told. So do you remember that there are some families, and in that the elder brother will tell the younger sibling, or the elder sister will tell the younger sibling that we picked you up from the garbage and you don't belong here, and you were just picked from the garbage, and you are an urchin, and we are having mercy on you. And then this child has a very traumatic experience in life, and they grow up thinking that yes, maybe I am a nobody and these people had some mercy on me. And you see, it's such a, so that child belongs to the family, but then you feed this into the intellect and they start feeling like a nobody. So this is what happened. We are deity souls, and somewhere science fed up with this thing that you were a monkey and you were an animal, and then the shastras will tell you that you were this animal in this birth and that animal, and then you were in 84 lakh species and all of that. And when that enters your head, then you can never get in touch with your divinity. And Baba says no, you were a deity. And Baba tells us these truths. Baba says you are God's child, and then you were a deity, and then people will tell you that your original instinct is lust and ego. So all of psychology is based on that. So psychology is only trying to tell you that your original instinct is lust and ego, and science is telling you that your original instinct is competition, survival of the fittest. So it's your original instinct to pull people down and just what do you say, trample over them and and achieve your success, because survival of the fittest is the law of the jungle, and this is a jungle and we are animals. And when you listen to these things, then what do you become? You become a ferocious animal, and that is what everybody is becoming. And then Baba comes and tells us no, purity is your original nature, and you did not even need bodies to give birth. You gave birth through pure means, and Your original nature is purity, peace, love, and you lived in a world where there was harmony and love all the time. So this is the truth that Baba tells us. And then Baba says that every soul who was there in the deity kingdom, when they listen to this truth, they get it. So until you listen to it, you live in that world of lies. But once you listen to it, it makes sense to you because it is the truth. And I told you that the soul is essentially knowledgeful. So if you had been a deity, then this truth starts resonating with you, and you again start recognizing Baba and start making the effort to be a deity again. So Baba says, I bring you out of this darkness, from this world of lies, and in Hindi it is called Jhuti Maya, Jhuti Kaya, Jhutha Sab Sansar. So they say that this is a world of lies, and in this world, this body is also a lie, and everything is a lie, and everything that we think about things and people and situations and ideas and about the past and the future, everything that we have been taught is a lie. And Baba pulls us out of that lie and into truth. And there is another aspect of truth that Baba talks about, which is there are some things which people know and say, but they don't do it. So Baba says that in the Gita it is written that lust is your greatest enemy, Kam Mahashatru hai. But even those who sermonize the Gita, they will not tell that to you because they don't practice it. And this is another kind of lie that we live, which is believing in something or speaking something but not doing the same. And that's a false personality. That's a personality of lie. So your whole life is a lie. So you are saying something and not doing it. So there are two kinds of lies that Baba is today talking about. And lies is not just, technically knowing the truth or not knowing the truth. That's one aspect of lies. But the other aspect, which is also very important, is knowing the truth but not doing it. And that kind of lie is also there in the world. And people who tell everything, people who also give sermons about Kam Mahashatru, they are not leading a pure life. So that's another kind of lie that the world is suffering from. And about lies and about truth, Baba says that I tell you the truth that this is the end of Kali Yuga and the beginning of Satyug, and you have to take the responsibility of becoming pure so that you go to the pure world. And the lie that is told to us is that Kali Yuga will be just continuing for another 40,000 years. And if Kali Yuga is going to continue for 40,000 years, then what is the need for you to change? Yes, so you can as well be vicious and continue to be vicious. So Baba says that I tell you the truth about time also, that this is a very finite cycle. It's not like lakhs of years. This cycle is going to continue and you are at the end. And I tell you the truth of time, that the time is telling you that you have to take the responsibility of going to a pure world, and by making pure. And how do you make pure? By embracing purity. So this is also another aspect of truth that Baba says. And then Baba today says that in the pure world, so when you become pure, you go to the pure world. And then when you understand that that world is coming and this is going, then you see people these days, they will tell you that if you become celibate, then how will the world go on? Yes, they say, how will the world continue? So you have to tell them that this world is anyways not going to continue. So this is the end of this world. So whether you be celibate or not celibate is about the new world. It's not about this world anyways, because this world is going to not continue. And then when you understand this truth, that it is the end of this old vicious world, then you're very interested in developing the sanskars for the new world. So this is all about faith and lies that Baba talks about. Okay. Om Shanti.